Protein and fiber. Let's start with protein. Everyone needs protein. We can get protein from plants and animals. Animal protein tends to be higher in cholesterol and fat. There are some people who believe that animal protein is better absorbed than plant protein. This isn't true. The Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations and the WHO have jointly made recommendations that led to the development of the now preferred protein digestibility corrected amino acid score. Under this scoring system, soy has a score of 1, the highest possible score, on par with animal protein. The American Diabetes Association recommends that one of the best proteins for diabetic kidneys are plant-based proteins, such as soy, as it provides quality protein, healthy fats, and fiber. The substitution of soy protein for animal protein in diabetics could result in protection of the diabetic kidney from nephropathy. The positive effects of soy on kidney function apply to both people with and without abnormal kidney function, diabetic and non-diabetic individuals. Now, everyone needs protein, but who especially needs protein? Children need extra protein because they're still growing. They need more protein per kilogram than adults do. They need the protein to support their normal growth and development. In their early stages of life, the children are still learning everything about their new world, and their diet needs to be able to support this. For the elderly, protein also has many benefits. The decline in muscle mass and strength that comes with age contributes to the elderly being more likely to fall. Older individuals also have a lower rate of protein synthesis. Studies have shown that a high-protein diet in combination with a resistance exercise routine can help with reducing age-related muscle mass loss. In fact, the elderly need more protein than younger adults. Another group of people who need some extra protein are those who exercise. This is because those looking to gain muscle mass can benefit from more protein, as protein plays a part in muscle synthesis in athletes. Even in women, it can help us gain toned muscles. Protein can also help with weight management. Eating more protein can keep you feeling full for longer, help with burning calories, and favor the retention of lean muscle over gaining more fat. Researchers also found that a diet high in protein can help you feel less hungry at night and in the early mornings as compared to a normal diet. In fact, one study showed that individuals who ate a high-protein diet of 3 meals a day felt fuller late at night than those who ate 6 meals a day. There are many popular protein sources, so let's take a quick look at them. Casein protein constitutes about 80% of milk protein. However, it is not the best choice of protein as a supplement. Casein protein tends to coagulate in the stomach and is difficult to digest. Whey protein is a byproduct of the cheese-making process. It makes up about 20% of milk protein. More and more research has shown that milk products could be detrimental to health. One study showed that in both men and women, the amount of milk they consumed was also associated with higher levels of a biological stress marker, oxidative stress, which has been associated with aging, cancer, and heart disease. For these common powders on the market, there may be additional products added to the protein powder. For example, some contain preservatives. Others contain artificial substances, such as artificial flavoring or artificial sugar, as well as many other chemicals to improve the taste. So, for example, your protein powder might taste like chocolate. There's also soy isolate powder, which is, as the name suggests, the protein isolated from soybeans. Soybeans are really great for your health, but once the components have been purified and isolated, it can have different effects. researchers from the University of Illinois published a paper in the journal Molecular Nutrition and Food Research that shows that purified soy isoflavones can actually stimulate cancer-promoting genes, leading to an increased tumor growth. On the other hand, minimally processed soy flour had a protective effect against cancer by suppressing these cancer-promoting genes. Their findings suggest that consuming minimally processed soy products is more advisable than taking in highly processed soy products. Nature has had millions of years to perfect its craft, and what nature produces is always better than what mankind can do. When looking for a soy product, it's always better to choose something that's wholesome, something that contains all the nutrients in soy working in synergy, over something that has been highly processed and stripped of these beneficial nutrients. In fact, there are a lot of misconceptions about soybeans. Let's lay some of those to rest. Some people worry about eating soybeans and spinach together because they're afraid of getting kidney stones. Soy contains calcium and spinach contains oxalic acid. This may combine in a lab setting to form calcium oxalate, which contributes to kidney stones. However, soy also contains phytate, which helps prevent kidney stone formation, suggesting that it's actually good for kidney stone patients to eat. So a particular nutrient can be harmful, but when in synergy with what nature produces, it doesn't cause side effects. Nature knows best. We can relax when eating wholesome foods. If you take purely calcium and oxalic acid and mix them, you'll get calcium oxalate. But if you take two wholesome foods like soybean and spinach and mix them, all you're going to get is a healthy dish to eat. Another myth about soybeans is that they can cause gout. That's also not true. Purine from plant sources does not cause gout. A Japanese study concluded that tofu is a safe source of protein for gout patients. They found that higher levels of meat and seafood consumption are associated with an increased risk of gout, while eating purine-rich vegetables didn't increase the risk of gout at all. In addition, the isoflavones in soy can restore balance to our bodies and help reduce gout incidence. Compared to fish, meat, seafood, and freshwater delicacies, soy and soy products are relatively safer and more ideal sources of protein. There are plenty of other foods that also contain high purine, and yet soy is the one that gets the bad reputation. It's really unfair. Phytoestrogens in soy also get a bad reputation. Phytoestrogen will not cause cancer. In fact, phytoestrogens in soy are associated with multiple protective effects against cancer, heart disease, and bone weakness. Studies have shown that regular intake of soy-based products as part of a normal diet has a protective influence against the later development of breast cancer. In addition to breast cancer, soy also exhibits a protective effect against bone loss and osteoporosis. Some studies have shown that postmenopausal women who consume high amounts of soy have higher bone density compared to those who have a lower soy intake. For many women, adding soy to a healthy diet may help prevent bone loss later in life. Soy also helps reduce the risk of heart disease. Research regarding soy protein and cardiovascular health has become so robust that the US FDA has awarded soy a health claim. 25 grams of soy protein a day as part of a diet low in saturated fat and cholesterol may reduce the risk of heart disease. Soy phytoestrogen also has no effect on children's sexual development at all, so you don't need to worry that your little boy will suddenly turn into a little girl. In fact, everyone needs estrogen, even men. Men who don't have enough estrogen can actually suffer from increased body fat, osteoporosis, and erectile dysfunction. We talk about protein and fiber together since they're both essential components to our diets. Next, let's have a closer look at fiber. Fiber. The daily recommended intake of fiber is about 30 grams a day for men and 28 grams a day for women. Now that's a lot of fiber to take in. Ever heard that saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, it should be 10 apples a day keeps the doctor away. 10 apples with the skin would give you about 30 grams of fiber that you should have in a day. With our modern diets, most of us only get about 15 grams, probably even less. Now, people might think that they get enough fiber by eating things like white rice. White rice doesn't contain fiber. Brown rice and wheat bread contain a little bit of fiber, but not enough to equal 10 apples worth. Fiber is mostly present in plant foods and not animal products. Just take a look at our attitudes today. If we get a lunch bento and there's not enough meat, we'll complain. But what if there's not enough vegetables? No one says anything. Fiber is very good for us. If we don't get enough fiber, we could suffer from things such as irregular or difficult bowel movements. Some people might empty their bowels once a week, and that's considered normal for them. But just because it's normal doesn't mean it's healthy. Some people tend to take their phones into the toilet with them. I've even seen people take their laptops in. It's because they expect to take their time. This also isn't the healthiest habit. When we go to empty our bowels, we're getting rid of things that our body no longer wants, things like waste products or toxins. So the longer it stays in your body, the longer these undesirable things stay in your body. So we want to take in more fiber and get rid of these toxins on a more regular basis. With enough fiber, when you go to empty your bowels, it should be quick and easy. You shouldn't need to take your phone in with you. Fiber can act a bit like a very gentle brush as it goes through your intestine and helps collect all the stuff you don't want anymore. By getting rid of the toxins, it's no longer hanging around in contact with the walls of your bowel. There's some research that suggests fiber can also help protect against colon cancer. By removing all these waste products, our body will thank us. It can even affect our skin and our general well-being. Fiber also helps with cholesterol. Most of the cholesterol in our body is made by our liver and then reabsorbed in the intestine. Fiber helps stop us from reabsorbing this cholesterol so it's eliminated from our body. It can also help with controlling blood sugar. When we're looking at blood sugar, especially for diabetics, we're not looking at how sweet a particular food is. The most important thing is the glycemic index of a food. The glycemic index shows how fast your blood sugar will increase after eating that food. The higher the glycemic index, the higher and faster the rise in blood sugar. The food we eat is converted into simple sugars in our body. So let's take a look at some examples. Plain white rice has a glycemic index of 88. Brown rice is only 59. So what's the difference between white rice and brown rice? Brown rice has a lower glycemic index, meaning that it'll cause a lower and slower rise in blood sugar because it has more fiber. Fiber helps control this rise in blood sugar. Let's take a look at some more examples. Sucrose has a glycemic index of 66, fructose only 23. Sucrose and fructose are both types of sugar, so it's not the sweetness of food that matters, it's the glycemic index. And even though these are sugars, they don't increase the blood sugar as much as something like white rice, which isn't sweet. Soy has a low glycemic index of only 18. Fiber also helps keep our gut microbiota healthy as well in our bodies. We have more bacteria than we do cells. In fact, about 30% of our feces is composed of bacteria. There are over 2,000 species of gut bacteria found in humans. Many people tend to think of bacteria as bad guys. However, our gut bacteria are our friends, and we benefit from their presence. Each person has a unique population of gut microbiota, so unique it's like a fingerprint. So our gut microbiota are our friends. They help keep away the bad bacteria, the type that makes us sick. They help train our immune system, and they even help us with digestion. Our gut bacteria is influenced by what we eat. For example, a diet high in animal products, such as red meat and dairy, will cultivate a type of microbiota that produces TMAO. TMAO has been linked to increasing the chance of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Unhealthy gut microbiota has also been linked to increasing the risk of fatty liver disease. Lots of fiber helps promote a healthy gut microbiota. Fiber is also helpful for weight management. Fiber helps keep us feeling fuller so that we take in less calories. If you're not taking in enough fiber, you have to make a real effort to eat more. Some people will say that they eat our products and feel an effect, but not when they go to the supermarket and eat the foods there. This isn't right. Supermarket foods are more than good enough. It all depends on the amount you take in. For example, one packet of our fiber product contains about 4 carrots worth of fiber. So our products are only here for your convenience. If you truly make the effort to increase the fiber in your foods, you'll achieve the same results. So let's take a look at NutriFresh and NutriFresh D. The main difference is that NutriFresh is sweet and NutriFresh D is not. When you drink our fiber products, be sure to mix it with enough water, at least 300 ml. If you take in lots of fiber but not enough water, you'll get constipated. You may have noticed that when you mix in the fiber, it will absorb the water and become more gelatinous and puff up a bit. So don't use hot water. This will make it thicker and harder to drink. Please mix it and drink it immediately.